Sunday sermon. Sunday sermon. Oh, Sunday sermon. What was there something else I was going to talk about? And don't go conquer, and so you're not terrified. What's going on? It's Deadlift Dad with the Grip It and Rip It, our Sunday sermon. Blessed. Hey, we're spoiled, we're taxed, and we're terrified. If you don't know what's going on, we got tariffs going on with Mexico and Canada. Everything's just getting increased. The agriculture, our food, the steel, the infrastructure, even our gym equipment. So it's just a time to say something for the sake of relevance, that given any circumstance throughout human history, we have been physically able to maintain a strong physique. And you're like, well, okay, I don't care about the strong physique, but maybe you should. This is Deadlift Dad, all right? At Deadlift Dad, we understand the history of strength training, and we understand that no matter the circumstance, that we can overcome, that we can adapt, no matter how many tariffs they throw at us, no matter how many exemptions they throw at us, we can still adapt and be physically active, healthy, and able to overcome these obstacles. Let me proceed through a historical standpoint, if you will. Oarsmen. Oarsmen had a 26-foot oar that weighed 132 pounds, and they would row for 2 to 4 hours. And you would think oarsmen with that sort of training and able to row for 2 to 4 hours with that weight, that they would be strong and they would eat so much. But that is not the case. According to Michael's life, the abysmal living conditions of oarsmen could be made much worse by their diet, the quality of which depended on the extent to which extra provisioning could be provided at ports of call. Without such supplements, a typical breakfast consisted of hard bread, shits, biscuits, and beans. The second meal of the day consisted of more biscuit, this time boiled in oil to make bread soup, and perhaps a little cheese. On rare occasions, the men might be allowed a little wine. Seldom did they get any meat. The oarsmen diet supplied 3,000 to 3,500 calories a day. Unfortunately, since the tin can had not yet been invented, biscuit was stored in canvas bags where it quickly became rotten or infested with weevils. There was no way to keep the water fresh or sealed against insects. It quickly became foul-tasting and brackish. Well, we clearly see that the oarsmen had a poor diet of biscuits, probably enough to give someone scurvy, and they were able to overcome and adapt and train like that. Also consider the Egyptians. The Egyptians built pyramids. They were not the most physically fit people, but they overcame, and they moved 80 tons, granite limestone blocks that weighed 80 tons. Not only that, think about prisons. Think about the diets in a prison. Think about diets and prisoners. There is a great powerlifter named Jim Williams who used prison as a competitive powerlifting camp to train up for his powerlifting, although eventually prisons got so scared of the felons and the prisoners in there. They got so scared of the prisoners that they removed all the gym equipment out of prisons. But they had a horrible diet in prison. And then comes to the military soldiers. Sometimes in the field, we don't have adequate gym equipment or beaver conics. So we have to resort to using tanker bars, water jugs, 5-gallon oil cans, litters. We have to use so much at our disposal. Shackles, tool bags, duffel bags, rucksacks, and even our own weapon systems. And that's only being given an MRE, which is a meal ready to eat. The MRE has about 1,200 calories. So is that really sufficient, given that they're probably only given the MRE twice a day, once for breakfast, once for dinner, and they probably won't even eat the entire meal, and they have to eat this entire thing. So soldiers also deal with sleep deprivation, eating MREs, having a lack of gym equipment, being creative to lift. So just know that with all these tariffs and, your budget is on the line here, we can overcome and adapt with physical strength training and running. And historically speaking, throughout the ages of indentured servitude to prisoners, to all walks of life, we can overcome and we can adapt physically and mentally for our well-being. I don't know. I think that was about it, huh? It's a nice little short segment. Sunday sermon. You know what? You know how crucial footwear is in the gym? You know how crucial it is? Nothing pisses me off more than when I see somebody squatting in running shoes. Really, I don't care, but I just know that that person is preventing themselves and possibly looking for an injury squatting in running shoes. Who the fuck squats in running shoes? Why would you squat in running shoes? They're made for running. They're not made for squatting. You know, you think about it, you squat in running shoes, you're going to be all on level, all uneven. You're going to tilt forward. The heels come off the ground when they're squatting. It's not a good look. So when I'm upset when I see someone wearing running shoes during a squat, it's because they're going to injure themselves and others, all right? I care a little bit. I care just a little bit though. If you got a 2-cent squat, $2 squat, why are you wearing those squat shoes? No, but get a pair of reasonably priced powerlifting shoes. Get Adidas powerlifting shoes. You can't get those, and you're not a big powerlifter squat shoe guy, get some Nike Metcons or Reebok Nanos. Get something that you can do all around, especially if you're in the military and you're doing cross training of some sort. You know, you got to squat, you got to run, you got to tackle, you got to turn, you got to strike, you got to punch, you got to jump, you got to tilt. You got to fucking say, play the national anthem and grip it and rip it. Listen, I know that it's all fucking tough. We got tariffs. You're terrified. And you think you're not going to be able to eat with the Department of Agriculture. Fuck that. We're going to eat all the avocados. You're going to be working with indentured servitude, bitch. You're going to get up there. You're going to eat so much bread. You're going to have so much scurvy. You're going to be squatting so much and having deadlifts and overhead pressing all fucking day. You understand? Our ancestors did it before. We're going to do it today. Fuck the bro, oligarchy, tech bros, Silicon Valley nerds with Turkish hair plugs. Those fucking losers in this living day, real-time Revenge of the Nerds scenario. We're stronger than those bitch-ass nerds. You know that. I know that. So let's just rise up as Americans and do citizen outrage. For fuck's sake, where the fuck are you at? You should be pissed off right now. So pissed off that you go squat, deadlift, and they'll go conquer. Go conquer, and so you're not terrified. That's what you should be doing. Motherfuckers all sitting here bitching on the internet and shit. I don't need to see that. Stop squatting in running shoes. Grip it and rip it. Play the national anthem. And happy Sunday, motherfuckers. Peace.